Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I was thinking through what kind of video I wanted to make for you guys, and every time I come up with ideas, I usually try to figure out what you guys want to see, or sometimes I even figure out what I want to make, like what I'm kind of feeling like, if there's a certain product that I'm into, or whatever that might be. And I was sitting down thinking through some video ideas, and right now, to be honest, I just kind of feel like I want to just take a little breather from all new launches and just kind of go back to some products that I haven't been able to use in a while. Don't get me wrong, it's so fun to review, try out brand new products. There's so many new launches happening all the time, but sometimes I feel like there's so many new launches happening all the time that I don't even get to enjoy the old favorite products very much at all. And so in this video, I'm just going to be able to do exactly that. I'm so excited. All of us are going to be able to take a step back and just enjoy past launches, and I'm really excited. I picked products that not only I enjoy, but they're kind of products that a lot of people will probably know about, and a lot of you guys might already own. So you'll hopefully be able to recreate this look if you want to, or you'll just be inspired to like take a step back from new launches, not feel the pressure, and just go through what you've got and enjoy it. So that's totally where I'm coming from today. I hope you guys are excited. This right here is the look I'm going to be creating. It's probably going to end up being something, it's just going to be something fresh, glowy. I just am feeling like doing an everyday type look. Those are my favorites, you guys know. So let's just get right into it. For brows, I already did them off camera, and I used the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil. This is in the shade Universal Taupe. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know I love this brow pencil, and it's been a while since I've used it, so I decided to put that through my brows. Let's start off with the eyes first, just because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet, but I'm pulling out the handy dandy Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I know so many of you probably own this, and it's been so long since I've used it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put a tiny little dot on my eyelid. This concealer, if you guys own it, you'll know a little bit goes a really long way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that concealer out all over the eyelid, just to help kind of cancel out any veins or discoloration, and to help us prep the eyes for eyeshadow. Next, I'm bringing out my NYX HD Finishing Powder. I have been using this more recently. Again, this is not a new product at all. This is not new to me at all. I love this, and I'm just gonna take this and just set the concealer. And I love the banana shade just because it really helps to brighten the skin. Plus, this formula is just beautiful and creates such a smooth surface wherever you apply it. I love to put it under the eyes as well. So for eyeshadow today, we're gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill palette. You guys, it's been so long since I've used this. I feel like so many of you have this, and it's an affordable palette, and I mean, look at all the colors. You really don't need another palette if you have this. I own a lot of palettes just because I'm makeup obsessed, but honestly, there are so many looks you can create with this, with just this palette. So I thought that I would pull this back out again because it's literally been months since I've been able to use it, and I just miss it. So we are gonna go into, guys, I apologize. I don't have the shade card with me. I lost mine, and this is the older palettes. Now they make it with the shades on the back. I don't remember the shades, and I don't know where it is, so I'm just gonna point to them, and I'm hoping you guys are okay with that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, the third one in from the top, and just with a fluffy crease brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this through the crease as our transition shade. I'm trying to think of what kind of look I want to do. I'm probably just gonna pick colors that like I haven't used in the palette. Every time I use the palette, I feel like I do something golden or something like that, so maybe I'll play with some of the other colors today. Spice it up a little bit. And I'm just working in like windshield wiper motions, building up the pigment. This is a great transition shade color. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it just gives that perfect amount of color and definition, and this is how I really love to start almost every makeup look when I use this palette. So I'm kind of feeling this color right here, so I'm going to take this on a brush, and I'm going to start to work this through the crease, and also kind of apply it to the outer third of the eye, or the outer V. Is that what people call it? The outer V right here? And I'm also going to blend that color into the crease like I said. I'm going to bring it into the inner corner pretty far, and then I also want to really build up the color in this outer portion here so we can get some depth in that area. Just doing the same thing on the other eye, layering and blending. I really love this color. It has honestly been forever since I've picked up this shade right here. It's kind of like a pink gold duochrome, so I think that this will be really pretty. Sounds nice to me. I'm just going to take a flat brush, and I'm just going to start to apply this on the lid. And I'm kind of just doing like a really soft cut crease, but we're not using concealer or anything. That's why it's going to be softer than a normal one. But you see how that kind of still carves out the same kind of cut crease shape without actually using concealer. I've been liking to do this when I want just a more soft cut crease, if I'm wanting something for like an everyday basis and I don't have time, or I don't want something that harsh or intense. So then I'm going to take the lighter pink right next to that duochrome shade, and I'm just going to use the same brush actually, and I'm going to apply this to like like the inner third of the eye, just right over where we just applied that duochrome, so that we get even more like dimension in that area. Especially with my eye shape, I feel like when I apply a much lighter color into this inner area here when my eyes are open, just because of my eye shape again, it really helps define it. And so I sometimes like to kind of lighten up this inner third here because I really like how that looks. So now we're gonna hop into this shade right here. It almost seems like a purpley brown, which is going to be really great to add more dimension to that outer third of the eye. So I'm really lightly taking that on a brush. This is the Sigma E25, and I'm just lightly putting that on the outer third and sweeping it slightly into that crease just on the outer third of the crease as well. So now I'm gonna go into this shade right here with a wet flat brush, and I'm gonna use this as eyeliner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line the entire top lash line from inner corner to outer corner. I'm not gonna do a wing or anything. I'm just gonna kind of buff it out at the ends. And that'll just give us a really nice soft definition along the lash line. So now, just in case, I'm going to take a makeup wipe, clean up any fallout, and also I'm going to use this with my finger to just define this outer corner here. So now we're going to go into complexion. I'm going to be using my favorite drugstore primer. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth Primer. I've used this a ton recently as well, but it's still a great product, so I thought I would use it in this tutorial too. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over the skin. So for foundation, I was going through my makeup drawers and I came across this and I was like, oh my gosh, it has been way too long since I've used it. It's the It Cosmetics CC Plus Cream. I know a lot of you guys probably have this as well. It's a very well-known product. It's very, very good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of this. I actually do have to mix two colors, unfortunately, which makes it a little more pricey when I run out because I have to rebuy two shades. So I'm just gonna mix those. I mix Fair and Light, by the way, if you were wondering. I'm just gonna mix the two on the back of my hand, and then let's just start applying it to the face. Oh my gosh, I've missed this. This is like such a good foundation for every day. If you like coverage but you need moisture, I love it for that. I always wear it when I'm traveling. If I go to the airport and I'm wearing makeup, this seems to be the product that I go to. I'm taking some on a sponge now and just kind of pressing that on the skin. I just love it because it's like quick. Again, it gives really great coverage, which you guys know I love coverage, but then it has a really beautiful skin-like finish. Like, it's not too matte, it's not too dewy, it's just like the perfect in between. So as you can see, there's still some prominent blemishes on my skin, and you guys probably know recently I've been really liking to kind of just do one layer of foundation all over the skin, and then I'll go in and spot conceal. So I'm gonna take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in a slightly deeper shade. This one is like almost gone. This is in the shade Light Neutral. I'm gonna use this to spot conceal. This is a great concealer for blemishes. It's long lasting and ultra full coverage, and it's been way too long since I've used it. So now that I've dotted it all over my blemishes, I'm just gonna take the tip of that sponge and press the concealer into the skin until it's all blended out. So now I'm gonna take the lighter shade of Tarte Shape Tape that we used on the eyelid, and this is what we're gonna use for the under eye area. So a lot of you guys might know that I usually go for a more medium coverage concealer for under the eyes, or just at least like a more lightweight one, which is kind of why I haven't picked up Shape Tape in a while, but the way I like to make it work is to just use less. So I just put a little bit down the center of the face, under the eyes of course, and I like to kind of put it lower than I would other concealers. That way I have a little bit of space to blend the concealer upward under the eye, and so I don't overdo the product, because sometimes if I overdo it under the eye, it just looks too fake to me, and it settles into my fine lines underneath the eye as well. So that's just kind of how I like to use it. Less is more with this product for me. I like to use a little bit at a time and just build up if I find that later I need more coverage. That's just how it works best for me. This concealer is so good though. It really has a gorgeous finish and lasts so long, and again has incredible coverage. So now that I have it blended out, I'm just gonna add the tiniest bit to the hollows of the eyes right here where I have a little bit more discoloration. I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that out with the same sponge. So now I'm gonna go back into that NYX HD Banana Powder. I'm gonna make sure there's no extra product in the fine lines of my eye so we don't lock that in. And then I'm just gonna take that on a little brush and pat the powder right over top just to set the under eye area. For the rest of the face, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in the shade 10 Fair Light. And I'm just taking a small amount and pressing it around the cheek area just so that we lock all the complexion products that we've used so far in place. So now let's go back to the eyes. I'm just going to go into that third shade on the top row again, and I'm going to use this underneath the lower lash line. Tap off the extra and buff this all the way across, connecting it to the existing shadows on the top. And then on a smaller brush, we're gonna go back into that lighter brown purple shade and work that really close to the lash line on the bottom. We're basically just going back through all the same colors that we used on the top lid one by one to really tie in all the same colors on the lower lash line. Then I'm gonna go into that duochrome pink shade, which is what we have all over the eyelid. And we're going to apply a little bit of this across the lower lash line, focusing most of it on the inner third, but I am dragging it about halfway underneath the eye, so everything just complements each other on both the top lid and on the lower lash line. Let's apply mascara. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. This is not a new product. It is not new to me either. I still use it a lot, so we're going to use it again today. So I'm just going to go ahead and put like 2 coats on the lashes, maybe 3 coats on the top, we'll see, and the bottom lashes, top and bottom always. So I'm just going to do that really quick. So now that we have the mascara on, now it's time to move to complexion. I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Yes, I've used this a bajillion times on my channel. This is another product that is just not new that I'm hoping a lot of you guys own, and I hope you guys also love it as much as I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this, and I'm just going to sculpt out the entire face, going across the hairline, on the forehead, along the jawline, down the neck. I'm also taking some of that and running it down the sides of the nose, starting up in this inner corner here, and then just dragging it down a little bit underneath the nose. And then I'm taking the same brush that I used with the Maybelline Fit Me powder and just buffing over everything. I love doing this to just make sure that it all looks blended out and seamless, because the more blended it is, the more natural it looks. So for blush, I'm going to use the MAC Melba blush. I've missed this. I love this blush so much, and it's been way too long since I've used it, so today's the day. I'm just going to go ahead and smile, apply that to the apples of the cheeks, going back toward the temples. And I'm going to initially apply a little bit more than usual so that I can then go in with that same translucent powder brush and buff right on top. So we have a really pretty, super diffused cheek color. For highlighter, I wanted to choose something that a lot of you guys probably have, the Becca x Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. It's been, again, so long since I've used this, and so I think it is time to pull it out again. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this on the high points of the face with my Morphe R36 brush. I'm gonna put a little bit above the brow. You guys know I like to put some on the front of the cheeks, down the center of the nose, a little on the cupid's bow. I'm also putting some right below the brow bone. And then I always take whatever highlight I'm using and I pop it in the inner corner of the eye. This highlight in the inner corner is so pretty. I absolutely love it. I'm just gonna take that makeup wipe and wipe off my lips. I'm just gonna go ahead and brush up the brows as well, and then fill in any sparse areas just to make sure we didn't lose any of the brow definition. Now I'm gonna set the brows with the Glossier Boy Brow. It's honestly been like way too long since I've used this. You guys know I love this though. I definitely have used it a ton on my channel, but I just haven't had a chance to use it recently and I have missed it. I keep saying that, but there's just products that like I wish I could wear every single day, but at the same time, like I'm trying to try new products for you guys and I love it. I really do. I love that. But like sometimes again, like I just want to go back and enjoy what I already love, you know? Let me know if you guys have a product or products that maybe are a little bit older to the market that you wish people were talking about still or using in tutorials still. I would love to know. So leave that in the comments below for me. I would love to hear about your product choices. So before we lock anything in, I love to assess the situation. So I step back, look in the mirror. I usually add a little more bronzer, you guys know. So now we're gonna lock in everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm almost out of this. This is such a good classic setting spray. I really went ham that time. I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill palette, dry everything off. For lips, I'm going to go back to a favorite of mine. This is from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. It's her Dream Street Gloss. It's her lip gloss in the shade Moonchild. There was a point there when this first just launched where I was wearing this every day. And again, now I just like have so many lip products that keep launching. I haven't had a chance to wear it and I miss it. I keep saying that same thing. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to my lips. I think this is gorgeous with this eye look. Oh my gosh. And that is it, you guys. That completes this look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed filming this video. I loved being able to use things that I haven't used in a while, and I absolutely love how the look turned out as well. So hopefully you guys felt a relief from that as well. Just being able to, you know, see products that I've already used before or maybe that you guys have, and hopefully the pressure to buy something new is taken off of you for this video. That was my goal. Guys, if you haven't seen it already, please go ahead and click down below. I'll put the link in the description box box. But I have my 200,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now. It is so epic. There are 200 winners. If you haven't seen it yet, again, I will link it down below, so be sure to check that out. If you are not officially part of the family yet, be sure to click on the subscribe button, join the family. I would love to have you on board. And if you guys want to be able to be notified every time I do post videos, which I post 3 times a week, after you subscribe, you can just click on the bell and that'll just notify you when I upload, so you can be one of the first people to watch it. And I usually comment back to you guys right around the time I upload, so just click on the notification bell to be notified when I first upload my video, leave a comment, and I will get back to you. I seriously love you all so much. Thanks again for watching. You guys are absolutely the best, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye!